When most people think of their summer vacation, they imagine hanging out with friends, relaxing on the beach, maybe attending a baseball game. Not me. My summer vacation consists of me sitting alone in my house watching Big Brother. Yeah, I spend my summer watching Julie Chen and 16 strangers locked up in a house for 3 months. But unlike most shows that are on about once a week, we get the pleasure of tuning into CBS on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. Yes, we get Big Brother 3 out of the 7 days of the week. But I don't just stop there. Yes, I'm proud to announce that I'm one of the insane people who purchases the Big Brother live feed on CBS so I can have access to the house 24/7. Now, you might say that I am obsessed with television, and that's true. One of my favorite things in the world is television. When my group and I sat down to brainstorm ideas for this talk, we found that we all have a certain fondness for those reality television competition shows, such as Survivor and The Celebrity Apprentice. We started to wonder, how far would people really go in order to further their place in the game? We knew how we would do if we were participants on these shows, but we were really interested to see how our peers would do, so we wanted to explore this topic more in depth.
We looked at a recent Nielsen study that surveyed viewership across the board. We found that reality TV makes up a majority of the ratings, with over 50% dedicated specifically to reality TV shows since the 2002-2003 season. With so many people watching reality television, we became curious about how people would act if placed in a reality television show.
We knew how we would do, again, if we went on this show, but we wanted to see how our peers would do. So we set up a simple survey and sent it out to all of our peers around the campus.
First off, of the 186 responses we received, 70% said they watched reality TV to begin with. The next 3 questions asked participants to rate on a scale of 1 to 5 their willingness to manipulate others, lie to others, and sabotage others in order to advance in a reality TV competition, such as Survivor. Across the board, the responses were very similar, with all 3 questions garnering almost the same response. Overall, participants were much more willing to manipulate or lie for advancement rather than sabotaging. A reason for this could be that sabotaging sounds more like cheating, whereas lying and manipulating sound more like something you should do on shows like Survivor.
Now, for the first question, willing to lie, the average on a scale of 1 to 5 was again about a 3.4, which is about average. And so one example of this was just this season on The Celebrity Apprentice. Kenya Moore, the crazy housewife, started tweeting facts about Vivica A. Fox about her menopause. And this was all just a way to lie to Donald Trump to try and further her place in the game. But unfortunately, it didn't work for her, and she got fired that episode. The next question, again, was willing to sabotage, but this was interesting because our data went down to about a 2.7, which was below the average for us. And one example of this was on Survivor a few seasons ago. Brandon Hance, notorious Survivor player, he, for some reason, wanted to sabotage his team and decided to dump all of their food rations out on the beach. So they were starving the rest of the season. And again, our last question, willing to manipulate, again, we went back up to the average of about 2.5, I believe. And one example this season on The Bachelor, I don't know if you all watch, but Kelsey, she decided to, some believe she had a panic attack just to get an example, just to get the rose from Chris.
All 3 of these are examples of people who took extreme actions in order to achieve their goals. Their acts were shown to millions of people all across the world, and they encourage extreme behavior in order to achieve real-life goals, hence reality TV. Reality television can easily influence people to do these unethical acts, whether it be sabotaging a stranger or backstabbing a best friend.
We need to take a step back and realize that reality television isn't real. Reality television doesn't show what happens in the world in order to succeed. And in order to succeed, people need to be able to people need to work together instead of tearing each other apart.
The survey shows interesting and disturbing results about how reality television alters our view of reality. These competitive reality TV shows show lying, manipulation, and sabotage almost daily. People who choose to play by the rules barely ever succeed. But when you think about it, reality television is just a means of showing the worst in people. It's hardly a true representation of reality. If it was, where would we be as a society now? We'd be in a continuous power struggle, and we'd be unable to work together without plotting against each other.
As a society, we have to take a step back and look at ourselves. Are we really willing to let society slide into chaos just because it's what we see on a television show? We can all be survivors without putting down our peers.
We can win this amazing race of life without leaving each other in the dust.
For society to succeed, we need to reject the norms that reality television tries to press on us. Instead of going against each other, we need to help each other. Instead of arguing with each other, we need to compromise. If we work together, we can do amazing things. Look around. We're all living proof. Thank you.